The earliest thing that I remember doing was, I mean, you always write, but it's like I was like in an art class. Like, when I got to the 5th grade, I was like, I want to dance. So like I feel like as I got older, I always wanted to do something different. Like I did something and I was like, okay, I want to move on to the next creative thing or whatever. But like art was like one of the first things, just like making art. I don't think I'm that great at it now, but it was definitely like that and writing was like my first forms of expression. And maybe like just singing at home, like singing to like Britney Spears or something. Like I feel like that's another way of expressing. That was fun. Those were good times. First, my drama teacher in high school, rest in peace. He was like the first person that was like really, I mean, there was other teachers, but he was really the one that really made me think like I want to do theater for real. Because he was very passionate about it. He wrote scripts. He has like a bunch of scripts. Eddie McPherson, he was just so like happy whenever he came into the theater, even when he was mad, it was just like, you knew that he loved what he did. And he loved teaching and he loved theater. And the American Musical and Dramatic Academy. I went to AMDA in New York City, and I feel like that was another stepping stone in the right direction in terms of my creative abilities and like being able to really put them to the test and learn. And I learned a lot in such a short amount of time. I only went for like 2 years, and because it was an intensive, it was like a conservatory, and all the teachers were, professionals. They either worked on Broadway or they were currently working. And so they had a lot of knowledge, and I feel like that was a really great experience. I learned a lot, and enough to like, I feel like I tell people all the time, like, it's really great to do all these other mediums because they always help each other. They go hand in hand. Like having a theater background really helped for me personally with rapping, because it gives you, it's almost like you put on, even if I'm not that type of person in real life, I can act, I can put on, I can go on stage and become this person because of theater, So everyone take a theater class. No, I'm kidding. First of all, shout out to Lin-Manuel. He's like the perfect example of like, I don't know, getting people who don't normally love musicals to like understand musicals, because he like incorporated rap, incorporated things that people were familiar with into musicals with like In the Heights, and then bringing it to Hamilton and making it commercial. And like he did it. I mean, some people might be like, oh, he made it commercial, but I think he did it the correct way. Going back into theater, like becoming more like of established like actress, I feel like I would definitely be interested in tapping back into that, because that was like my first love, like what I loved to do for a very, very long time. I didn't even think music could be number one, for a while. I was like, I still think I like to act more, but like it's different now. But I definitely think I would tap back into that. But just like, I don't know, I also teach sometimes like theater to students, so doing something for children, or in terms of the arts, something in schools where there's more access to those things. I know people always talk about that because they're always getting defunded or don't have the enough. I was grateful that even though in the neighborhoods that I was at, it wasn't like super bad, but like the school that I went to wasn't a performing arts middle school, but the principal was on Broadway in like 19 whatever, and they really cared about their theater program. And then being able to go to a theater high school and then go to a high school in Atlanta, and they cared about theater too. I think everything aligned for me in that way, that I was grateful, and I didn't have to like spend big bucks. I just went to schools that had that, and those people cared about those things. And I feel like I want that for more communities, for more children who are interested but might be nervous or their parents can't afford it. Practicing and being focused on like doing, if you know that this is what you feel like you want to do, like going all in and staying focused on that. Because I feel like a lot of the younger and younger that you are, and if like you knew that, if we all knew that, and we were like, okay, we knew that we wanted to be this thing, and we were doing that from, you know, it would be a completely different outcome. We'll be like way farther than we are now. But everything happens for a reason, you know. But I would tell my younger self, or any young person, discipline. Figure out how that works, because I feel like when you're younger, discipline is like annoying, because that's all that's being, it's like, go to school, do this, and it's just everything is like people telling you what to do and stuff. But like when you can have control over something that you actually want to do, and like if you want to be in sports, go to all those sports class, you know, take school seriously, go to all them your games, make sure you're working out, make sure, you know, just go in, you know, be focused.